Hello, Alan, bro.
Hello, Miss Warhurst. How are you?
I'm good. Here we are again. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. So, obviously, the first thing that we need to discuss is how I look like a person who lives in a railway car, and you look like the person who owns the railway.
I
What
do
is?
own the railway from the 1980s, Alan. I figured I put this on the other day because basically I've been living in the same sort of clothes, tracksuit pants. Don't forget, I can't even get my leg up that high, but I've got my tracksuit pants and shoes on. I don't know if you can see that. But I put this on the other day and went, oh, I feel fabulous. I just haven't worn anything very nice except for the last time we chatted. And this is the dress that I wore for the opening titles of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. And I figure I'm never going to wear it again. So here we are. How good are the
It
shoulder
is.
pads?
Like everything about it is amazing.
And also
Like
too, it's
what?
it's very Joan Collins, and I'm going to let you in on a bit of a secret for anyone who's using Zoom, and pretty much everyone is using Zoom for their work meetings. If you're feeling a little shabby, here's a secret for you, Alan. When you go to the stop video section down the bottom, there's a little arrow
Yeah,
pointing up, right? And
yeah.
you can go to video settings, and in there you can tick on something called touch up my appearance, which if you click on that in 2020 terms is like the Joan Collins Vaseline lens that they used to put on the cameras, and I've got it on now.
Wow. Okay, so wait
You
a minute.
can
I
do
go
it
to
too. Have you done yours?
stop video, and it says video settings,
Yeah, click in there.
and then what do I do?
On the side it says touch up my appearance. Click
Touch
on
up my
that
appearance.
and look.
Oh yeah, touch up my appearance.
Yeah,
And then I just go like that.
yeah. And let's see if you get the glamour. You got the
Miss, I
glamour?
don't appear to have got any of the glamour. Oh no, the computer can't even make me look beautiful. This is a horrible
Oh
world in which, oh no, I'm living in a dystopian future where I look exactly like me all the time.
no! I'm feeling very Joan Collins, so I'm happy with it.
And Jackie as well.
Oh yes, Jackie. She was the dark horse, wasn't she, Jackie?
Wasn't she? I reckon Jackie got, so if explain Jackie Collins to
Jackie
me.
Collins wrote romance novels, particularly in the 70s and 80s, and they were the ones that would have the like sort of cursive script on the front. Their covers would be mostly in pink, a lot of Diamante action, and the stories, great holiday reads, can I say, Alan, for a middle-aged lady. They were absolute filth. Filth and drama. Just fabulous.
Yeah.
And you'd be wondering why all the mums would be reading and oh no, I'm busy reading. Busy reading. They were tucking away a few Jackie Collins novels there, I'm sure.
I I I only read a little bit of Jackie Collins, but
Mm.
the two words, the phrase that I've always taken away from it was tumescent organ, and many of the men were tumescent, and I never knew what it meant. And I remember looking it up and going, "Wow, okay,
Tumescent. I'm
well,
going to look it up now. What is it? Tumescent. A
tumescent.
tubular.
Yeah, it means
Tumescent.
sippy, basically.
Means what?
It means like erect, like full of blood."
Here we go. Tumescent. Swollen or becoming swollen, especially as a response to sexual arousal.
There we go.
Thank you,
That's
Alan. I've
exactly, yeah.
learned a new word today.
Yeah, yeah. See, there we go.
Can
I
we
think
make
it's important to know those words so you can go, "Excuse me, sir, are you tumescent?" And that's going to confuse them. I mean, I don't know when you will use that in everyday life,
I don't know either,
but
but
oh well. Then again, the last time we talked, a man just jumped off your bed and ran out the door. So who
that's
knows
true.
what you're up to?
Next time I'll just have to go well, fare thee well, tumescent fellow.
Where did you get the top.
This one, I bought it at the
Yeah.
shop. I bought it myself at the shops. It's
What sort of shop sells those things?
those big department stores. It's quite a designer number, Alan. I bought it because, like I said, it was something special. But I figure I'm never, ever going to wear it again because this year, socially, it's over, I feel, which is fine, but I'll just wear it at home now with my trackies.
Yeah, but wait until the party. Like, wait until everything calms down and everyone's allowed to go out. I mean, obviously, we're not going to be going out in groups of 500 for quite some time, but soon we'll actually be able to go and see our mates in small groups.
Yeah.
You'll just want to wear that with no tracksuit pants. I mean, you'll be...
No pants, Alan. No pants.
No pants. Absolutely no. This is one of the interesting things. I would like to do a poll. Like, it would be worth doing a poll because you know how so many people are doing meetings on Zoom and Skype and the house party one where, I mean, well, no, those are just backpackers trying to get lucky. But
That's right.
I would like to do a poll where at like 9:30 a.m. when work sort of started up, how many people aren't wearing pants while doing their meetings?
I would suggest it would be a significant proportion of the population.
Yeah.
I think most people, I think there have been sales of tops online, like Kmart online is saying tops are going out the door like you wouldn't believe, but pants, no one's interested.
Well, see, this is the thing, because you only see from, like, I imagine that the use of bras and undies for ladies and indeed men during work meetings have plummeted.
The use of myrtles, the man girdle must have plummeted too, Alan.
What's a explain?
Man girdles, they're like Spanx, but for gents. You pop them on and
what are Spanx?
Oh, Spanx are like, what's the term for it? Holds you in underwear. Holds it all in place, stops the jiggle and the wobble. Quite often you'll wear it under a dress such as this. But for the men, they wear a myrtle, which also holds the jiggle under a shirt and a suit. So they're a thing. Goodness. But I reckon no one's wearing a myrtle these days.
No, and also I'm just worried about because it'd have to be tight down the bottom as well. You'd get some real separation. It could be quite uncomfortable.
Does anyone, I don't actually know anyone that wears a myrtle, but I'm sure they do. Hey, what's in is that your pantry?
Yeah, that's my pantry. Yeah. At the moment, it's featuring a lot of honey because there's been honey and lemon drinks going on in the house because there's been a few sore throats. Also because my daughter loves a honey sandwich. And because when someone is naughty in our house, we bury them up to their neck in sand and cover their head in honey and put ants on them. I got that from some parenting book. I don't know.
I love it. It works. We've
got 3 Kinder Egg rabbits that are not to be touched until Easter. What else have we got? So many keep cups. So many. Everyone sells them for every occasion.
Is the keep cup the new green recycling bag that you just keep buying every time you go to the shop because you feel bad that you haven't brought it along with you?
The thing is, and lots of people at school, they do Father's Day stalls, they do Mother's Day stalls, they do all these things. And so what you do is you send your child with your hard-earned money to buy a gift for you, let's say for Father's Day, and what they do is they buy a keep cup, for instance, because you've only got 50, and then they pocket the rest of the money and spend it on the way home with their mates. So therefore you end up with all these keep cups and you go, well, we can put some toothbrushes in some, we can put the toothpaste in the rest, and then I don't know what we're going to do with the rest of them because, and we've got, drink bottles of the new tea towels. So merch is all about, so there's the Brisbane Comedy Festival water bottle. And look, there's not a lot else really. It's just basically keep cups and some water bottles. and that's
No,
pretty much it.
that's pretty good.
So, but yeah, this is the kitchen. We had it remodeled, and unfortunately, this was years ago. Unfortunately, I picked a person who didn't know anything about kitchens, so it's completely useless.
What have you done to it?
Well, no, it wasn't what I did to it. He said, "This is what we should do," and I went, "Okay, you meant to know about kitchen." Well, no, I think by trade he was an idiot. So I think that he'd gone to TAFE, studied being an idiot, and passed with flying colours. But he hadn't passed the being in a kitchen, sorting out a kitchen thing.
Oh,
Hey, now,
yeah.
much more importantly, I need to ask you something, and I'm sure people have asked you this all the time, but you are in Bluey. We all
Yes.
know that.
Yes.
How, it's the greatest show ever.
I know, isn't it amazing? I don't even have kids, so I don't know how I even managed to get a gig on it. But one of the creators, he used me for a voiceover on another animation a couple of years ago, and they asked me if I'd like to audition, and no one knew it was going to be as big as what it is. And now it's just huge. So I'm really pleased. I feel really lucky. I play Aunt Trixie, by the way, and she only turns up for parties and wine. So I think I'm typecast, and hockey. True, my mum played hockey, so I'm well typecast.
That's right, because the first time I didn't know you were in it, and we were watching the episode where the dads end up getting the horses and end up getting married. What's his name? Banjo and Bandit and his brother Steve or whatever it is, and I don't know what.
My cat's name, mate.
Trixie turns up and says, "We're off to play hockey," and I went, "Wait a minute, I recognise that voice." And then at the end, I went, "It's bloody Myth. She's in the greatest show of all time."
I know, it's unbelievable. I can't believe my luck. I really can't. And everyone loves it. There's even podcasts about Bluey now. It's really gone completely nuts. And they've sold it to Disney. I'm just waiting for the Disney film, hopefully.
I think they've sold it to so many countries. I think they've invented new countries to sell it to, so that it just keeps on getting sold to other places. It's absolutely amazing. The new Dad Baby, have you seen that one?
Haven't seen it yet.
Oh, look, put it this way, there's a front pack. Bingo is in the front pack, and there's Dim Sims.
Yeah, Dim Sims.
Dim
That's
Sims.
so good. Hang on, I've just got to tell Daniel, who's in the house as well. Make a coffee. He's going to make a coffee. He's got to walk over here too to get his very unhealthy.
Hey, Daniel. It is very unhealthy. What? What's hiding behind the book?
Cigarettes. He doesn't smoke. Well, you get it all here on these things. You can't hide your life, can you? You might dress up in a sparkly frock, but you can't hide your life. And there's the cat's bowls down there.
That's very orderly.
Yeah, it's because I've had nothing else to do. I'm bored. How are you going? A couple of days in since we last spoke. You all right?
Yeah, pretty good actually. Yeah, everything seems to be going okay. I don't really, because I spend a lot of time at home anyway, because I'm sort of dad at home and I do the washing and all of that sort of stuff. It's not that much difference. The only thing I miss is drop-offs and pickups at school where you see other adults. But look, that's all right. I'm not really an adult. So it doesn't, meeting other adults, obviously, sometimes is a bit confronting to me because I go, oh, that's what I'm meant to be like. Oh, dear, I'll never get that far. They've got jobs. One of them made a fence. What the fuck is going on?
Oh, mate, I've turned into one of those people, Alan. This has turned me into a DIY guy.
What are you doing?
Yesterday I did all the, the plastic sort of sealant in the shower, removed the old one, put new ones in. I've been painting all my backyard. I've painted the deck. I'm mad for it. I've gone mad for it. Because I think when everything's so uncertain, it's really nice to have jobs that you can see and do and tick off once you've done them. It kind of helps with my low-level anxiety. So it's been good. And I listen to audiobooks when I'm painting. I'm loving it.
Oh, I love a list. I love being able to tick things off a list and just go, you get to the end of the day and you've ticked 3 or 4 things off and you go, right, well, it's Aperol Spritz time.
Yes, exactly. And sparkly dress time.
Oh, tell me you're doing your DIY in a sort of sparkly coverall.
Oh, well, not quite. I actually went out there in just a singlet and no pants the other day when it was nice and sunny because I thought I'd get some vitamin D. It's not a pleasant look. Luckily, the neighbours can't see me and they don't look over the fence. Oh, but how cute is this? My next door neighbours, 2 little kids, made me an Easter card and dropped it at the door.
Oh, look at that.
Stuck a couple of Easter eggs on that I've been dying to eat for a couple of hours, but I wanted to show you first.
Oh, that's so lovely. I haven't got anything like that.
Dear nice neighbour.
Time will come.
We hope you have a nice love from the girls who live next door. Happy Easter.
Oh,
nice.
That's really lovely.
Do you think that these times are making people a bit more community minded, maybe? We're all a bit gentler, we're all a bit nicer, which I think is good. We've got a bit more time, we're not rushing off.
I think so. And I think that people are saying, one of the things I'm finding is because people are sort of, I think I said this last time we talked, because people are sort of circumscribing these arcs around each other, they're saying hello just to make sure that you don't think that they think you're a leper.
Get out of my face. You disgusting.
Unless you are a leper, and that doesn't seem to be so much of a thing anymore. But I think it's really, really lovely that people are getting to know their neighbours, and I think that people are acting. It's really, I think we often have a quite jaundiced view of society, and because the portrayals that we see of other people in newspapers and on TV and things like that are often, home invasions and guy drives car into litter box to kill possum. I don't know what people do, but and I think now
your mind went.
I mean, the possum was the possum asked for it. It was in the litter box. It wasn't reading its own mail. I think that we're sort of starting to realise that that's actually not quite the way that things are.
Yeah.
Because you're right, because we've got more time, and because we're taking a bit more time to say hello to people, we're realising that and people are acting incredibly responsibly in Australia and around the world, and we're sort of going, oh, okay, people are looking after each other, or they're looking after each other by looking after themselves, because what we need to do is keep ourselves nice out of respect for other people. And I think that's a really lovely thing. And look, bad shit happens. It just happens. But the overwhelming feeling is that people are looking out for each other.
Yeah.
And I think, and there's just, the problem is that to sell newspapers or sell, click through to things, you have to use words like societal breakdown, and you just go, oh mate, it would have happened well before now. Like, so it's, but it's, it's nice to be, I think people are, we're having a drinks on Friday with some friends, and I did a Zoom story time with a whole bunch of people on Sunday.
That's lovely.
I'm doing it again. Yeah, it was really nice. What happened was so I was meant to be doing this musical based on my first book, and it would be on at the moment. In fact, we would be transferring to the Sydney Opera House at the moment, and a friend sent me a text saying her girls are really sad, and she showed me her tickets, and she said, but they're reading the books and they're having a nice time. And I said, look, why don't I Zoom them on Sunday and read them some things and play them a couple of songs? And she said, and I said, and if you've got other friends that would be interested, we ended up with about 30 families
God,
on the
that's
Zoom,
fabulous.
and I did some reading. So I've sort of made a list of, I got all their email addresses and said I'll do it again on Friday morning, and I'll do a couple of stories for the littlies, and then I'll do something a bit older for the kids, and hopefully I'll just keep on doing it, because it's no skin off my nose. I mean, because
No. Can anyone get involved, or is this just a thing for you and your mates at this stage? Because I reckon people.
No, anyone could get involved. I just have to send them. The thing is, you have to sort of send them because it's password protected now, because people have been popping into other people's Zooms and being supposedly humorous, but we all know how that goes sometimes.
It just means nudity, doesn't it?
Well, I hadn't even thought of that. Oh no one's nudity while I'm doing kid stories.
No.
So, but I can send the thing. It can go around. I don't know, because I'm not on social media. I don't know how to get these things out. But it's really nice to be able to do that, and it's lovely because you see the whole thing tiled up on the screen, and you can all see these kids watching and enjoying themselves. That was really great. One of them was watching. She was sitting on the couch, and then I just sort of was looking around a bit, and then she'd gone, and I didn't see her for the rest of the time. And one of her parents texted me later on and said, man, she just did a monstrous poo, and this the whole thing.
Oh,
no! And I said, I'd much prefer she went to the toilet instead of just sat watching me just doing a monstrous poo, because that would be like the most both elemental and elemental, one with an E and one with an A, heckling that you could ever experience. It's just telling a story and a kid's just there going, just squeezing one out, and then at the end just going, ah.
Thanks, Alan.
Yeah. And you go, oh, did you enjoy that? Yep, I enjoyed that too a lot. So I did this musical I was talking about. We did a launch for mum bloggers. I knew those two words separately, but I didn't know them together. And
mum bloggers. That's all the influential mums that do a lot of writing about the stuff that is focused. It's not just mums, it's dads as well, but predominantly mums that focuses on parenting.
Oh, okay. Well, this was mum bloggers, and myself and your brother Kit were doing some songs from the musical on the stage, and there was a little boy dancing around in the front, and then he stopped briefly, and then he was just sick all over the stage.
Oh no! He spewed.
Yeah,
rehearsal.
Yeah, but the best thing is that obviously Kit, your brother, has been in bands since he was, probably 14, and he's played in every sort of place you can imagine. I've been doing stand-up since I was about the same age and played in similar places. And so we've all seen people spew, but not at 10:30 a.m. and not directly onto the stage.
Oh no!
And the mum was horrified, and we went, babe, we've seen a lot worse.
Well, you went to the Toad in the 90s. You've seen a lot worse. For those who don't know, that's a hotel in Melbourne. Very reputable rock and roll hotel in Melbourne, but there's been quite a few spews in there, I would imagine, over the years.
It's funny you should say that, because both Kit and I just went, the Toad. Oh, yeah, that's the place you see it happen. Because, the Toad is one of the, is one of the most important sort of rock and roll pubs, along with the Annandale in Sydney, and whereabouts in Adelaide? I'm just trying to think that the what's it called?
Grosvenor Hotel, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So
Maybe.
you know, we both immediately thought of the Tote at about 2 a.m. on a Sunday morning.
It was 10:30 on a Friday in the morning.
10:30 on a Friday morning. This little kid. But the best thing was, normally, you know, and I'm sure you've seen this. You're at a pub, someone spews on them, and they just leave it on themselves. This kid just went, "Oh, I know what to do," and just took all his clothes off. So he just spewed, and the next thing he's naked.
My God, this is more like controversial than Studio 54 in the 70s.
Well, it's like Burning Man. So it's like one of those desert festivals that people who have been stoned for 15 years go to. But it was just so funny because the mum said, "I'm really sorry." And your brother and I just went, "Hey, that's all right. We've seen a lot worse than that. He's actually kept himself pretty nice."
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it was really fun. And we got to say after, we just said, "Look, we haven't had someone spew at a gig for ages, particularly not this early in the morning." So, and it was just, he'd just been eating cake. Like, he'd basically taken a cupcake and gone, "I know what I'll do. I'm just going to open my mouth and, like, as an experiment, see if I can shove the whole thing in, and then I'll chase it down with a big glass of of milkshake."
Why not? Why? Oh. I feel a bit sick, Alan. Oh, look at that lovely sunlight on your face right there as you leant back.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's not. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah.
It's a golden hour, which means I can have a Negroni, can't I?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's definitely Negroni time. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Oh, then, yes. Some woman, I was discussing with someone today whether you were allowed to have an Aperol spritz in bed before midday. And I went, all the rules have changed, babe.
All bets are off. It's like yesterday I wanted dinner at around about 4:30 and I put something out on Twitter and my friend Zan Rowe replied and she said, "Mate, isolation is like camping. All bets are off. Anything is at any time." And I figured that's how we approach this. Eat what you want, drink when you want.
Don't change your undies.
Don't change your undies. Dress like you're camping, usually in tracksuits, which I've got on with this.
Yeah. I like the idea that you might go camping in that top, though.
Imagine going out for a nighttime wee. I'd have possums crawling up me like a tree.
Oh, I love the idea. How is camping, Beth? Oh, possums crawling up me. Ah, it's just awful. Now, look, we probably should finish up because you've got Negronis.
Yes, the hectic schedule, Alan. Nothing on at all. Might leave the dress on for a bit.
I think it's important to keep on using words like hectic schedule because it makes us, it propels us into doing things. Until we meet again, podcast, record, book to keep entertained with. What do you got?
Oh, what have I got? What have I been listening to? Oh, I listened because, like I said to you last time, I'm struggling a bit with music, especially sort of heavy lyrics or sort of abrasive sounds. I don't know why. And while it's challenging musically, like it's not all smooth, I've been really enjoying Thundercat's new record. You know Thundercat, the amazing bass player. He's got a new record and I can't remember what it's called. I think it's something, hilarious for these times. It is what it is, or I'm not sure. But I've been listening to a bit of that because while it sounds smooth and kind of, you can sit with it, it's still challenging musically in parts and really interesting. So I'm into it. That's been my foray into music this week.
Yeah, I was just listening to him this morning actually because he's got a jazz background because he plays with I can't remember the guy's first name. Washington.
Oh,
It's
Kamasi.
a, yeah, Kamasi Washington.
Yeah.
He plays with him. But yeah, and I was listening to him this morning, and Michael McDonald from the Doobie Brothers
Oh,
was on a great track from the last record.
get into that. I feel like that's where I'm going though, Alan. I feel like I'm just getting into smooth yacht rock. This is where this isolation period is going to take me. Because I mean, look, I'm dressed for the yacht.
Oh,
All
look,
I
and
need.
I reckon that you're exactly right. I was going to recommend something else, but now you've just Christopher Cross.
Oh,
Just if you've not listened to much Christopher Cross, if you heard him when you were younger and just went Arthur's theme, oh fuck off. No, now's the time to get. He has got a beautiful voice. The smoothness of the production belies how good the tunes are and what a good musician he is. And then every so often there's a saxophone break. And I mean,
is he the one who did "Stealing will take me away from where I boom, 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 boom." Never know what the words are. Never know. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Is that
the
him?
thing is, there's going to be a baby boom anyway. Like, it's quite obvious. Everyone's going to run out of things to binge watch, and they're going to go, we haven't had sex for a while. Let's get into it. Saxophones.
Oh, yeah. That's a sax offence, Alan. Sax crime. I don't want to know about it. Hey,
Right.
before I go, because I love to show you something I found online in the last couple of days that's kept me entertained because I've got a childish mind and a short attention span. Have you seen this photo, Alan? I'm not sure if you can see it. Hang on.
Is that the Rolling Stones?
Yep.
Oh my God.
Can you see?
Tell me.
They're all wearing masks. They're all wearing masks, but Keith is the only one not wearing a face mask.
He's probably snorted his mask.
Well, if anything, this thing is it can't take our Keith. He's too strong for the COVID. And also, he's going to outlive, because you've seen all those memes where Keith Richards outlives us all, including, the cockroaches that can outlast a nuclear holocaust. Keith Richards is with them. So, staying strong for Keith.
Maybe he's the vaccine. Maybe what we need to do is draw Keith Richards' blood and just give it to everyone, and they'll forget everything they've ever remembered, but they'll stay alive.
Yes.
Yeah, and they'll be able to play the riff to satisfaction while they're asleep.
Smoking. Lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you, and I'm going to try and find something glamorous to wear the next time we speak.
All right, it's just going to get progressively more batshit crazy, isn't it? We'll just end up with wigs and everything. I'm fine with that. Totally fine.
I might wear actual batshit.
Topical as well.
Well, enjoy renovating your bathroom in your amazing top.
Thank you.
And I'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Bye.